Hello, and welcome back to my channel again. I'm TGS. We're back at it. Here we play retro video games. We talk about them. Sometimes we do in both. So, without further ado, let's go on with our video. We've been covering those. How to beat the AI on Street Fighter. It's the iterations of Street Fighter, the versions of Street Fighter, World Warrior, Champion Edition, Hyper Fighting, Super Street Fighter 2, and Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo. And we have been covering some characters, starting off with Vega. We jumped off to Ryu and Ken. And today we're going to be doing DJ and Guile. I don't even remember who was the original one who requested these two. Definitely not some of my favorite AIs, definitely not. But they're very interesting characters, and they have their own very interesting lore. Starting off with Guile, I remember back in the day, every one of us noobs, little kiddies, would usually pick up Guile because he has some really nice range and basic moves. His hands and feet stretch really long enough, and he's fast enough. He has a really decent low kick which can confuse your opponent, like a double hit or something, and sweeps you over your legs. There's some really nice things going on for Guile, and his lore is also really interesting. He's trying to avenge the death of his friend Charlie Nash. We later on learn that what his name is, because basically the main villain of the game is responsible for his friend's death. It's a very interesting story. He's a Marine, or is it like Air Force guy? Whatever. He advertises that a lot, even though I've said many times before that his looks don't really go hand to hand with a soldier guy. But I'm not going to go into that, or my pet peeves, because you've seen me nag about Guile a lot. It's mainly his AI that's kind of annoys me. And it's his way of fighting that's, kind of make me go out of my way to try and use a tactic that I don't really like. One of them is basically run out of the clock. One of the main issues with Guile is that he is a very defensive character as far as AI goes, and I'm pretty sure he is the counterattack guy a lot while you're using him, and that creates lots of issues because his AI basically follows his plan, much like Ryu that we covered before. He basically is telling you everything you need to know is in the way he fights as an AI. So he would try his sonic boom at you, and basically he'll try to force you to jump at him, much like Ryu, so that he could use his flash kick. Only difference is that Ryu is a much more balanced character. His AI will try to attack you also when he sees some kind of opening. Well, with Guile, it's more defensive, and that reflects on the way you try to get him, or I try to get him, because more times than not, I'll run out of the clock, and you've seen me before say that on camera, that basically I have no shame. So let's start off with Guile and World Warrior, and for DJ, who's also a very interesting character, we'll talk a little bit later while I pause in between fights. Let's see World Warrior and how we deal with Guile here. So here we go, first round. I tried to bait him a lot because that's one of the things that he's actually weak up against. You try to bait him by doing the Shoryuken. Middle or light Shoryuken is the perfect bait for him, but you have to figure out the distance because you'll see me quite a few times fail. You see him doing that, like the sonic boom. When he jumps at you, which he will eventually do, just use a roundhouse kick like I did before. If you're not up to doing, see, like right here, if you're not up to it, if you're not feeling up to it, doing the roundhouse, doing the Shoryuken, use your roundhouse kick, your fierce roundhouse kick. That's something that should change later on. A very easy first round, to be honest. Even though, again, like I told you before, look, I run out of the clock. Absolutely no shame in that. And here we go. He tries again. He gets the bait, and he does his flash kick on the way down, and I punish him. Look at that. Jumping over my Hadouken, roundhouse kick. Again, try to bait him. When he moves close, you really need to be careful because he goes in for a grab. Fierce low kick him right away. When you see him close the distance, like walking up to you, that's very dangerous. So you see, as you can see, I try to bait him. He takes the bait, but he hits me because I don't know the distance really well. And here we go. I got him with a small Soryuken, which is very, very useful. After having played the light challenge, I can tell you that it's very, very useful. And here we cover World War, Champion Edition, and I'm trying to bait him so hard. I'm trying to go 100% aggressive with this one. Like I've had it with Guile at this point. Too much Guile for me. So I keep doing like the small Soryuken. Sometimes he get hit by that. Then he takes the bait. He also grabbed me, but here's my target to grab him. And I do succeed quite a few times actually. Very, very aggressive first round. And this is what happens to me when I get to play as Ken. I think his personality really rubs off on me, and that's both good and bad, but you'll see later about that, because playing as Ken, I really want to go at it. Like, it's something about his Shoryuken, with his Tatsumaki, you really need to be much more aggressive. Doesn't have the knockdown that Ryu's Tatsumaki has, but at the same time, you can daze your opponent. So you're compelled to go much more aggressive. Everything about Ken is much more aggressive. And this is what happens. We end up talking about Ken while this video is for Guile. Look at that. I still bait him. Really hard for him to move. Like, I see red right now. I'm seeing red right now. Look at that. Look at that. He got absolutely wrecked. And this is a legit strat. It does work. Like, both World Warrior, Champion Edition, pretty sure it works just as well on Hyper Fighting. And here we go with Hyper Fighting. Faster pace. He goes all the same. For some reason, I seem to counter him better here. I got hit over there still with a small Soryuken. Don't forget your roundhouse. Still grab him. Again, I'm being too aggressive with this one. I feel like with Ryu, I'm compelled to go like much safer, much wiser, you could say. You know, again, like it seems like Ken's personality, which it has a lot of it, is rubbing off on me. And I do like playing as Ken a lot, but it doesn't help me that much especially in Super Turbo. You'll see what it's like. It either goes like way too good or way too bad. Like there's no in between with Ken. Look at that. I counter every freaking thing he does. Hyper Fighting is no joke. Still, he has no answer. Look. Look. I just chain my small Soryuken followed up by a roundhouse kick whenever he jumps at me. It freaking works. I'm telling you. This is what you gotta do. You gotta do what you gotta do. You know, don't feel ashamed running out the clock. Just make him come at you if you want. It's all the same. And here we go with Super Street Fighter 2. Here, he's much easier to defeat. I think I also got him like a first round, so he's not supposed to be going full throttle just yet, but still, Super Street Fighter 2, I've said it before, I'll say it again, the best way to start. You know, if you don't feel like having too strict of a challenge, or you're a newbie in these games, you'll still be able to learn the basics and play a very, very polished game. I can't stress this enough. And as you can see, there is no change, even though technically it's the first round. You know, I grab him around a lot. Um, yeah, yeah, it's not the best fight to see, but still, see, I'm using Shoryuken. He does do the flash kick because I was too close. So again, he didn't change much any of his strategies, and obviously he got wrecked. And I'm super happy to show you each and every time. Attack me if you dare. I will crush you. But yeah, and now we go to Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo. I got wrecked this time, and I'm letting you see the fight I had in which I lost versus Guile. He absolutely wrecked me. Look at this. Like, it's one of those that never, not that nothing goes well. Sorry. Look, I can still counter him. Can still kind of know what to do. It doesn't work. Like, look at that. I still fight back, but I got wrecked this time. I got absolutely wrecked. Not just by Guile. Guile was just far too decent, but Dalsim, DJ, they all wrecked me this time. It wasn't like before. Like I played like a couple of times and then I went straight to Akuma. This is why I feel this game is totally broken. I barely do anything different, but the game is far too punishing. Look at that. Trying to fight back. It's not working. I'm using the invincibility frames of the Shoryuken. Again, I still fight back. I do some damage there, but again, like, the game is far too punishing. Look at that. He absolutely wrecked me. And then we'll be watching the comeback of that. Are you man enough to fight me with me? Yeah, I think you should also see what goes wrong. So I think that's a really good idea. When it does go really wrong, I feel like you should see it. And again, I think it's partially, of course, like the biggest part, the game is actually broken. And me also playing as Ken is not helping me all that great deal. It lets me go off like a bomb. And look at that. Now almost everything will go the way I wanted. Almost. I mean, yeah, it's still Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo. But look at that. Look at that. Now I seem to be far calmer and collected. And I do get him backed up to a corner, which doesn't work in his favor, actually. Look at that. You don't want this to happen. You don't want him walking up like that all willy-nilly, because he's gonna grab you. But look at that. He's blocking everything, but yeah, I got him this round, and it was a very calculated round. Because when you do that Shoryuken, even if it is a big one, or the Soryu Repa in this one, which is like the super, if you land in front of him, it's a good thing, actually. He gets to still have the block on for some reason, or the AI seems to be like in the middle of trying to understand if you're still attacking or not. You can grab it. Oh, shut up, Scorpion. Yeah. And I'm still in control. I tried to keep like the right side, obviously, but the AI didn't let me do that. Look at that. Still try to bait him with a small Shoryuken. You really need to have patience. Look at that. Ooh. Awesome. And I still use the Shoryuken. I wait for him. Blast him with Hadouken. He has no health to defend. Absolutely stellar. This round I did really good. I'm proud of myself. But now, let's stop a little bit and let's talk a little bit about DJ. Now, DJ is a very, very interesting character. He is a kickboxer from Jamaica. He's also a performer, like a singer and dancer. And his story is pretty interesting. Like, I read it just about yesterday, but I'm pretty sure if I try to describe it to you, there will be something that I forget or say in the wrong way. But thing is, like, he ended up started to use the rhythm from his heartbeat to execute his moves and stuff, and that's really nice. That's really how I think that DJ is depicted through the game without me ever really needed to know his background story. And he is a very interesting character. He is a kickboxer. Yeah, you can tell by his style, and he can be a very, very annoying AI. very annoying CPU character. With this one, the good thing is that we only have them in 2 iterations of Street Fighter 2, and that is Super Street Fighter 2 and Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo. So let's see how I dealt with him as Ken, which it was not very wise the way I dealt with him, but let's see. So in Super Street Fighter 2, I'm thinking, oh, this is gonna be really fun. And it was, but I'm also being quite reckless. I start off the right way. That neutral jump is really hurting DJ. And you can really do some heavy damage, like just jumping like that. And here I start to get reckless. I want to get him with the Shoryuken. I'm being dumb. And around that, he should have been like totally destroyed, like maybe even a perfect. I made quite a few mistakes, even my timing in the first jump. But the neutral jump does get him. It's like an invisible wall, and if you time your kick correctly, look at your first kick, it's even better than a Shoryuken, to be honest, if executed properly, because it takes much more. It's much more damaging. For one, look at that. Backed up to a corner by DJ. No, you don't want that. You don't want that. I'm still cocky enough. I think I'm gonna get him. I think when I land, I'm gonna have a chance to grab him. It doesn't work that way. That sliding move of his, absolutely wrecking ball. Absolute wrecking ball. You don't want that. I'm doing quite a good job blocking, but again, I got into a corner. You don't want that. I start to move like ever so slightly forward. That's what you need to do, to be honest. Jumping again. I get him this time. There you go. That's the rhythm. DJ style. You just set him up for Hadouken. You just set him up for a little present. That's it. That's what you need to do. Of course, I want to finish him with a Shoryuken. I know exactly what's going on in my mind right now. It's just like, look at that. Look at that. I could have lost just because I wanted it. That's the thing. Like, Ken has to stop. Like, you got to get me off Ken. Okay? He's like a drug right now. So, let's see next. And as you can see, we start off. I want you to see how I flopped versus DJ. Look at that. First round, first match. Super Street Fighter 2. I'm thinking of quitting because the first round, I'm like, nah, forget about it. I'm just gonna continue. This guy's a menace, and I'm an embarrassment right now. Like, look at that. Again, I picked my guy Ken, but I was far too confident before. That's why I lost. And we start off again neutral jump. For some reason, maybe I got it better than last time. It seems to be working a lot better for me than Super Street Fighter 2 versus DJ. Look at that. Better than a Shoryuken, I'm telling you. Look at that. Look at that. I don't know how he didn't lose right there and there. Right then and there. So yeah, first round, excellent round. And then we start off again, neutral jump, Hadouken. When he tries to jump over it, just try your neutral jump again. Keep your mind when he gets too close. It's a sliding move. It's sliding move time. You need to counter that. How do you do that? Low first kick. Simple as that, my friend. Look at that. Again, he got me up to a corner. You're not supposed to do that, Tassos. I'm trying to block. He's jumping around too much, landing behind me a lot. I'm trying to keep my cool, and I do for the most part, to be honest, but you don't do the Hadouken that close. He has that kind of arc in his jump. Look at that. And again, I tried to counter him. To be fair, here I know what I'm doing. It's like, yeah, okay, I lost one round, no big deal. I grab him. I was almost certain before he even... Look at that. Second Shoryuken. Third, I'm trying to counter him before he even jumps at me, which is super nice. I back up a little bit, give him some space. And now, that's the bad thing about the super, because I now want to finish him with a super. I know I want to do that. Oh, and he does his super. Look at me. Look at me. I'm already preparing. I'm not pressing the button, but I'm preparing it. Like I was forward, down, forward, down. And to be honest, that over there, the touch mic in the end, chef's kiss. Really great job how to defeat DJ. So let's recap a little bit, because this is something that I'd like to do from now on. Give me a sec. I'll recap. So in that section of the video, I will always recap what is the best thing to do against them, the key thing that you do against them in order to win, and I'll be showing it in slow-mo that you'll be able to see. Let's start off with Guile. And here's DJ and what I gathered in slow-mo, but needless to say, I'm far happier with what I gave you on Guile. And as for that final part, give some emphasis, please, to his sliding move. You need to be able to counter by ducking and low fierce kick him. You have to counter that. So again, guys, thanks for watching. If you stayed long enough up to this point, please consider the idea of liking and subscribing. It helps this channel grow. As for me, I'll see you next time. Stay retro, keep gaming, and don't be malaka. Okay, I'll keep that in. Bye.